behind the scenes tearing the studio down. I forgot how much work it was. I've already started on half of it, so. But yeah, what's up, y'all? My name's Kris KeyZ. I usually do the piano tutorials, but I'm gonna actually let y'all inside my studio and we just gonna break it down. So it might be a minute, but anyway, appreciate y'all. Anybody that comes in, man, let me know what y'all think. Give me some advice. I'm trying to figure out how to rearrange the studio. So I want all of my stuff to connect all together. That's the main thing. Like I got keyboards over here, over here. I got guitars, bass, um, different effects and pedals and stuff. So that's the goal of the day. And let me tell y'all also what I got. So I have a new package came in today. So it's actually a reveal, I guess a reveal video too. But I had to get a new Apollo because my old computer, I've had it, which I'll show y'all in a minute. It was just so old, I couldn't get any updates on it. So I needed a whole new, basically a whole new setup. So I'm gonna take this Apollo and rig it up to my other Apollo that I already have. And hopefully, which in return will actually give me more output. So it's not a horrible thing. It's actually a good thing. So I needed more output. So I'm gonna see how this rig works out. So we'll see how it goes. I have a little bit more space, and I want it to be open. So I have like a little bit more space over here, more guitars and stuff. So I'm really trying to. I really want to. I want to make sure I can hook all this stuff up and keep the space too. I don't want to be like feeling like I'm like, what is it, claustrophobic? Is that the word, claustrophobic? But yeah, thank y'all for popping by. Let me see if I can see the chats here. Hey, can somebody send a chat so I can just see if it works? Just tell me where y'all watching from. I love to see where y'all are tuning in from, like what state, what city. But yeah, tell me hi. What's up? I promise I don't bite. My name's Kris. Kris KeyZ. Might have some day ones in here already. T, okay. What's up? What's up, T, Texas, man? What's up? Shout out to you from Texas, man. Thank you for responding. On the job matrix, my day one. Man, I knew it's always love to my guy, to Matrix, man. Thank you. Thank you. But yeah, I'm rearranging the studio. So I got my Apollo and I have what else? I got got some more stuff, but let's see. Right now, I'm gonna show y'all my old computer. It's time for this to go. I have, speaking of the Apollo, so I have this, this is the Mac Mini. I mean, not the Mac Mini, the Mac Studio. So literally I bought this like maybe over a year ago and never got a chance to use it because my Apollo doesn't hook. I didn't do my due diligence and look at the connections. I knew I needed a new keyboard. I knew somebody, but anyway, so this is actually, these two are gonna go together, this and the Apollo and this box right here. So I'm excited. I actually get to use a computer that I've spent a lot of money on for the first time in 2 years, or over a year. But the good thing is, I always say, man, if you buy good gear, like I knew I was gonna use this computer for like the next 10 years. The same way I've used this computer since 2009. Like I bought this computer I'm finna show you. It's an old computer, but I'm telling you, if you buy good stuff, it's work. It's old, but it still works. And honestly, the suck thing about like Apple is, Apple doesn't retain their value. So I spent like thousands and thousands of dollars on these computers. And they're so, some of mine are like so old, they don't even buy them back. But then like online, like they're like a fraction of the money. Maybe like $100, $400, but I spent maybe like $5 grand on the computer. So I don't know, do your due diligence if you're buying a computer. What's up, Apollo? Uh, Here, let me show you. It's like the interface that I hook. It's the brain of the whole studio. Let me show you. Hold on. Let me open it up. So I guess we can do the actual reveal live. Or you know what? Yeah, we could do it. All right. So you don't have to get Apollo, but I mean, I do this for like a living professionally, so I mean, I definitely want like some professional, more higher end gear. But let me set it down. Open it up. All right, so this is my Apollo X8. So this would be basically like the second most important gear in my whole studio right here. This will be my second one. So like I said, I'm gonna get a lot more outputs, but this is where you hook all your microphones up. I hook my instruments up. Now, this one's a lot more expensive, but matter of fact, I don't even have to open it up yet, but this is what it looks like right here. That's kind of what it looks like. So I'll hook this up behind me, like if you see. Matter of fact, let me do this. Let me show you like this. Here, check this out. So this is Apollo right here too. So this is my older Apollo. So I'm buying another one, so I'm gonna have two of these now. I'm gonna move this probably down. I'm gonna move everything down, probably just move this down here or something. And then I'm gonna hook these two up together. And then on the back of these, getting kind of technical. On the back of all this, you have all the wires. So what I'm gonna do is, so all these wires go to like instruments, go to microphones, go to speakers, something hooked up in the studio. So I'm gonna take that, I'm gonna take the new Apollo and I'm gonna take the new Apollo and hook everything up. But now I have all the gear. So my main thing is, so this keyboard right here, I didn't have it hooked up before because it was just sitting in the case, like my DJ equipment. So my main goal is, I'm trying to figure out now that I can start opening up stuff that hasn't been opened in a while, where to place everything. So if y'all have some ideas of where I should put some stuff, man, let me know, because it's a nice size room, but I want to keep it feeling like a nice size room without getting it too limited, you know what I'm saying? All right. So I think next I was unplugging my computer. So let me show y'all my old computer. Let me unhook it. So this computer right here, I think I spent maybe like, I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 grand. They can get all the way up to like 10 grand at the time. This computer right here was a bad boy. We on your left side gear. Keep in mind. Yep, that's the motif. So yeah, man, this computer right here has held me down for a long time, many decades. Almost, well, since 2009, so almost 2 decades. Like, we've come a long way from, this is basically the brain of my studio. You know what I mean? Like, you gotta have, yeah, like I'm pushing a lot of gear through those computers to now, this computer right here is more powerful than that big old computer right there. So, I mean, I'm not mad at technology. So originally having room at the moment, simple. Yeah. I think I didn't catch that last part. The comments, they faded away for some reason. But yeah, so I'm changing out everything. So yeah, I got a motif right here, the ES8. I don't know if you can see it with this microphone. What you know about the motif? How you know about the motif? You play the keys. I got my Stage 4. And then I got a Mod X, Yamaha. What else I got in this room? I think that's all that's in this room right now. So yeah, it's let me see. Do y'all think I should have the keyboards all on one side? You looking for a motif? ES8? The old school one, the ES8? Why are you looking for that one? Say that last part, keyboards left. Man, this is some work. I'm over here sweating. Copy and paste that last one, keyboard left. I don't know why the comments usually stay up here. And the one in the corner of the windows. Oh, okay. Where mine at? And it's make you hungry too. Yeah, the ES8. The ES8 is like, they got the original sound module. That's why I can't get rid of it. Yeah, you already know, like the feel, like everything else kind of, you know, it has either a little bit of the motif, the ES8, but nothing has everything. Like the ES8 at the time gave you everything. To where now they yeah, so right now I haven't even looked it up. I haven't thought about selling it. How much are they going for now? Yeah, I haven't even thought about selling it. I mean, that's pretty good, considering I probably paid about $3 for it when I got it. I got this keyboard in 2005, 20 years ago, or 2004. It was 2004 or 2005 I got this keyboard. I think it was 2004. Guitar Center. Got me. Still getting me. Yeah, I was playing it. I was at college, and I was like, man, instead of getting a car, I was like, I'm gonna spend that money and get a motif. You know what I mean? Coming out of school, so it's like trying to buy like a cash car to, you know, get going in life, you know. So I was like, man, I spent that money on a motif. I learned how to start doing a music production on it because you can make beats on it. And then I was playing, just playing around, playing gigs, playing at you know, church. And that's kind of how I got started in the music industry, from basketball. I was playing basketball when I got the motif. So I kind of figure out, like for myself, I figure out, is this something I'm going to do long term? And if it's something I'm going to do long term, I invest in myself first. So me investing in that keyboard, you know what I'm saying? Obviously, I could have got some other stuff, but it would have been a liability. A liability is something that doesn't increase over time, to where I was thinking about getting there was a liability, you know. I'm still doing music 25 years later, and this keyboard, the computer, everything in this room is not just a toy. I mean, it can be a toy, it can be fun, but everything in this room makes money. You know what I'm saying? Like, everything is utilized for a reason. So that's what I'm saying. I think twice, you know, did I know I was still gonna be doing music when I bought this keyboard instead of a car? The answer is, you're damn right. Absolutely. And it's like, now it's like, man, you know, because a lot of this stuff you can't sell I mean, like you said, the value decreased, so you're taking almost a loss for it. So, but yeah, I'll be around. I know I'll be doing this for another 30, 40, 50 years. If that, you know, God allows me to. So yeah, my goal is everything that I buy now, it all hooks up into the rig, just some of this new gear that I have. So I'm actually looking, do y'all think I should get like, what piece of gear do y'all think I should add? Like, is there anything out there that y'all have like that's like, man, I gotta have this, or it'd be a good addition to the studio? Because everybody's workflow is a little different. I'm eating a bacon, egg, cheese sandwich. On, I think this is whole grain bread. Does the trick. Studio life. No. One thing I try to do now is, not the most healthiest meal, but I got a little bit of fruit. But we spend a lot of time in the studio, so I try to watch my health as well. So, you know, not too many just pizzas or just fast food being ordered to the studio. I kind of take the time and kind of purpose add in breaks. So you can go sit down at a restaurant, you know, just spend an hour, spend some time, get away so you can come back refreshed, you know. Three things I can't go without. Well, obviously, I can't go without a good computer. I've had a slow computer that didn't have all the RAM or all the memory, whatever, you know, and it would just man, having your computer freeze up in the middle of a session, that's always like, dang, bro. That it just stops the creativity. So the must-haves is a good computer. I must have a keyboard or a MIDI keyboard, preferably a weighted keyboard. Excuse me. That has the feel of a regular keyboard. Eggs are good for you, but also that has the capability of MIDI on the back as well. Third, you gotta have good speakers so you can hear everything. So I don't know if y'all can see them, but I got the Atom. I'm raising my desktop. I got the Atom. What is it? The 7X, the A7X. Maybe I can see it over me now. Yeah, I got the Atom A7X. And then just if I keep going after 3, just other stuff, a good desk. So I had a big studio desk that had all the compartments, but I'm sitting down all the time, and what happens is I had like the whole, like the office work chair. And what happened is, you're spending 10 hours unconsciously, 12 hours or 3 or 4 days just in the studio. I would stay up for days sometimes, and you're just sitting for long periods of time. It's crazy. I was playing at the wedding yesterday, and the guy was like, man, how can you just sit there for so long? And I'm like, I guess I built up a solid core, some back muscles to where I can sit at a piano desk or in a chair for a little bit longer than most people. But at the end of the day, I was still having back problems. So I got this desk. It's called the uplift desk, to where it raises and lowers. So y'all probably seen it. And man, so it has me kind of stand up, kind of sit down. And then I got a chair like this that it kind of wiggles around. So you can see like I can like move around. And what that's doing is kind of keeping my back moving at the same time. Kind of moving instead of just staying stationary and getting stiff. So those 2 components right there, it's not a studio mandatory, but those 2 things have changed my life and actually helped me work better, because now I'm not laying down or somewhere trying to stretch out my back, or can't create at the highest level because my back hurting. After that, I mean, it's really just comes down to the quality for me. So, I invest in good cables. I have like pretty much try to use the good high quality cables that are gonna last too. Most of them have like a lifetime warranty on them too. And from there, for me, I have some analog gear. I like my warm audio gear, but having like plugins, some good plugins, game changer. And that's about it. You really don't need a lot to create. You know what I'm saying? Like, the beauty of creating is creating. You know what I mean? Like, it's like if I give you a piece of paper, you can create a lot of things with it. You don't have to say, well, oh, I need to go buy a whole bunch of markers or a whole bunch of. If I gave you a piece of paper and a pencil, you can create multiple things with that. It's just it just comes down to the creator. Somebody will make a drawing. That'll probably be the majority of people that make a drawing. But I mean, me just being a creator off the top of my head, I think about, well, I'll probably make a paper airplane. You know what I mean? Or y'all remember back in the day, y'all make those flags so you could play football with. You little pluck with your fingers of football during lunchtime. It's just the same piece of paper. I haven't even used a pen yet. You could write a note. You don't even have to draw a note. You can write a letter. You can do a lot of things. So it's the same thing when it comes to the music in the studio. You can That's why I like playing the piano, and I suggest people. I would love for everybody in the world to play the piano because it's such a simple tool. It's like pencil and paper, but it's so blank. And that's why I literally thank God every day when I wake up. I was like, man, and I come in the studio, I was like, thank you for giving me the opportunity to create. It's a blank canvas. I get a blank piece of paper every single day. Sometimes it goes number one, and sometimes it goes nowhere. It go be like, hey, go back to the drawing board and recreate. But I get the opportunity to wake up the next day and try it all over again. You know what I'm saying? Because I've mastered, for the most part, one skill. It's playing the piano. You know what I'm saying? Because once you play the piano, like the way I teach it, learn the language, you can do a lot of things on your own, and you can do stuff for other people. If I just teach you a song, you're stuck in that box. You know what I mean? Like you're gonna be like, that's all I can play, and you're not gonna understand the concepts and the language to use those same principles and progressions in other songs. I see it all. I've seen it all the time. I've seen it for decades, for 30 plus years. So outside of the physical stuff in the studio, a must-have is a good bandwidth, because sometimes your bandwidth gets thin and you be like, man, I can't think. I don't believe in writer's block, but a large bandwidth, and it's like a muscle, just work on it, but so I can create. That's it. And believe it or not, y'all see my other studios. I've been in them. I take y'all to $4 million studios. Sometimes it's hard to create there when you got access to everything. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes if you're starting a studio, or if you feel like you don't have a lot of stuff, or you need something, sometimes the best thing is to not have all that stuff. Believe me. Having too many plugins can be a curse. Because instead of you creating now, you're going through 1,000 snare drums or 1,000 kicks. You know, spend 2 hours going through one snare drum versus if I just gave you 5 snare drums to go through. You know what I'm saying? You will be more productive, because look, with that snare drum, you can detune it, you can EQ it, you can stack it. You know what I mean? Like, that's the beautiful thing about creating, man. And honestly, I think that comes with time too, because man, when I was starting out, I thought it was about volume, to where now it's really sitting in there and finding like, man, what if I do something really creative with this part of the song or this part of the music? You know what I mean? And I think that just comes with practice. I think we don't practice enough. We look for like a kit or a sample that already has everything front for it. And nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that can be a skill within itself. But I'm a person who likes to add to their repertoire. You know what I'm saying? I did a classical wedding yesterday. When classical is really not my first genre, but I was like, you know what? I'm going to take the time and work at it. Now, will my next one be better? I hope so. You know, I damn sure better be. You know what I mean? Like, we want to keep moving forward. So I think, yeah, just creating. I think that's a beautiful thing. Now, these tools do help. Don't get me wrong. I've invested a lot of money. So these tools better do something right. But the good thing about music, you can get the same thing. You can get the same thing with different budgets. So the same thing that a $10,000 piece of equipment can do, I guarantee you there's something for $100 that'll do this, you know what I'm saying, the same thing. You know, am I more of a producer or an engineer? It depends on the season. I've done more production than engineering, but I think right now in my life, my musical journey right now is more live music and engineering. So I'm actually doing less production than I've ever done, and I'm doing more engineering and more playing live. Which is another thing. Like back in the day, like back in the 80s and the 90s, you could be a specialist. And I'm not just talking about with music, that's in anything. Like you could literally uh be a roofer. Or just, you know what, we don't do, we just lay the wood on the roof. Somebody else comes by and put the shingles on or something, right? We just specialize in that. But now if you go to a roofer, man, they gonna tear the old roof off, put the new roof on, put the shingles on, and then they're gonna ask you, hey, do you want solar? We can sell you the solar, we're gonna put the solar on, we're gonna hook it. Like those are two different companies, two different specialists that we would have back in the day, right? And music is no different. It's just really keeping up with the time. And the same way a businessman will be like, you know what, I gotta learn a new skill. I feel like that's why we're humans. We're here to learn. We're here to learn from the resources that are here and to kind of like elevate life. That's what I feel like. You know, add value back into some, you know, some part of the world. But you know, as music, you know, I realized, man, I started out in music production because I can make a full time living just doing that. I didn't have to play live. I didn't have to engineer. I didn't have to write too much. You know, I could just sit there and make beats. You know what I mean? And it was a dope, really dope time. Like I really enjoyed that part. But as time grew on, you know, you had more people buying MacBook Pros and computers and making their own beats and doing things. So I was like, you know, I have to learn a new skill if this is what I want to do. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's pretty similar to anybody in the job force. You know, if you're working a job, if you know two languages, you know, a bilingual, I'm pretty sure you're gonna be a little bit more valuable, a lot more valuable to customers and to a company or you know your situation. So they're probably gonna offer you more money. Or if time comes, you know, we gotta let two people go. Or we gotta let one of you guys, it's two of y'all and the budget cut, so we gotta let one of y'all go. Uh, and you both are on time, you both are great to the company, good vibes, good energy. But one of you has one more skill than the other, which is speaking bilingual, and that company has clients that are speak multiple languages. Like which one would you choose? So I think that's kind of my situation, whereas I keep learning. But yeah, I can do it all. But I try to stay around people that are better than me. You know, I don't have a Grammy, but if I hang around several Grammy Award winners and see what they did, chances are I'll probably get to one, right? So, but what are y'all doing? Like, what new skill are y'all learning in the studio? Like, if you make beats, are you uh are you learning how to play the keyboard, the keys, or like, are you finishing your beats? Yeah, you gotta keep reinventing yourself for sure. That's what I mean. Look at all the greats. Look at Timbaland. Look at Pharrell. I mean, look at The Weeknd. I mean, look at. I mean, it doesn't matter if you're an artist or a producer. Uh, you know, I think people keep challenging themselves. I think that's the main thing. Not to be afraid of challenge. You know, I can understand not challenging other people, but challenge yourself. You see what I'm saying? And like I said, like I've been doing this for so long to where it's really no failure no more. Because number one, if you get to do something and you're blessed to do it, like that's a success within itself. The next successful journey of the part, which actually should be first, but hopefully you've already kind of got there, is having fun and getting joy in what you're doing. I've been recording songs on. Okay, built your first instrumental tracks. Congratulations on that, man. That's awesome. Um, but yeah, hopefully, like I said, you pick something you love, and then you know, try to like learn the skill, and then at some point you get a little frustrated, and it's like you once you start making a little bit of money, it's about the money, because when it comes to money, people going you're gonna get your butt hurt, you're gonna get screwed over once in a while, and that kind of takes you back, sits you back, and that's almost the demeanor of the music industry. Somebody's gonna steal your music, somebody's gonna take advantage of you, and yes, that happens all the time. But to get past that point, so that's the first step. Oh, I love this, man. I think this is so much fun. Oh, I start making money. Then it's like, oh, is it worth it? I don't know. I kind of want to take a step back. Do I give up? Do I keep going? And my suggestion is, from that point, go to the next step. And then you can decide what you want to do. And that next step is just going back to having fun. And that's where I am. Even though I'm a professional, like I make a living, I provide for my family doing music. I had to think back. I had to think back when I first. So you made your first instrumental. So prime point. When I made my first beat and sold it, or before I even sold it, I was just happy somebody wanted it. I didn't know I was good enough. I didn't know anybody. I remember my first beat. I was like, I think it was like $25. I was like, I don't even know. No, it was $50. Music Powerful. It was $50. Um, I made it on the motif. And I went out. It was a guy, he was singing the tracks. I was like, hey, you want beats? He was like, yeah. How much for the beat? When he asked how much for the beat, that's when it's like, man, nobody trained me. Nobody taught. I was like, man, do I charge? Because at the time, man, I was like, man, I don't know. Timberland's making 100,000 a beat. I don't know what did I make. You know what I mean? It's like, do I charge 1,000, 100? And me being a businessman, I was just so excited and joyful. And I was like, man, this could be something, because this was kind of easy. I made the beat in like 10 minutes. And I was like, you know what? He needs to call me back for more beats. Verizon, no, Sprint. I had Sprint phone at the time. Sprint had a deal. It was like $50 unlimited call and text or something like that. And I was like, $50. Give me $50 for the beat, so I can pay my cell phone beat, so I can keep that work going. You know what I'm saying? And from there, it went up to, I think I did $50 for maybe until I got my bills paid, and then I started going up. I was like, because I had like a work a little bit in sales, so I kind of knew some sales strategy. I was like, I need something that's a little bit more productive for me. So I was like, because I didn't even know how much to charge for studio time. I was like, I sold you the beat, but then you got to record it. Who's going to record you? So I was like, I don't know how much to charge for studio time. And at that time, I was realizing, okay, it's probably going to take like an hour or 2 hours for them to come record it, whatever. So I was like, I remember working at the gym. It was $99. We call it the Jumpstart Special, and it was like, for $99, you get access to the gym, and we give you like two hours of training, basically, to kind of get you going. So the idea was that you like the training in the gym so much that you buy more training, which was going to be a higher cost. So I kind of took that same strategy. I was like, okay, I got my $50 beat package already right there. How about I do $100, $99 basically. I do $100, and I'll get you a beat, and I'll record you for free. All right. And honestly, I'm kind of still, excuse me, doing that same kind of sales tactic now. And at the time, I was running it up. I was anytime somebody had a music venue, come on, man. Like, if I got a good product, if I can make you a beat for $50, and I make it right there in front of you on the spot too. So, I think within 3 months, I think I put out a compilation album. It had 25 different artists on it. So you got to think, I sold all of these artists. So this is my hustle. This is how I made from getting here, basically living in my car, to where I got all this shit right here, right behind me. Thousands of dollars of equipment, right? So I charged $100 for a beat and record. what else I'm gonna do? If I can get 5 artists in today, bro, I made $500. I remember my first time I made $800. So this is another story. So once I did the $100, there was a couple clients that kept coming back, right? So for me, uh, I like to see my money up front. So it's kind of like a label. I was like, you know what? How can I treat myself like a label? I need like an advance. Okay, so what I did then is I kept my other specials, but I kept the compare East Coast West Coast beats. I got you. I put out another special. I said, okay, $400, and I'll get you in every week. Whatever we do, I'll give you 4 hours. Was it 4 hours a week? Yeah, I think it's 4 hours a week. Basically a no brainer. You know what I'm saying? So basically it's $400, 100 a week. You know what I mean? And I'll take payment plans. You got to give me 2 up front though. But basically, you give me $400, I'll give you 8 hours of studio time with me, and that includes if this studio session, I mean, I was making beats in like just say an hour, less than an hour. You know what I mean? I'll probably, but somebody thought, I was like, man, if you just want to spend 2 hours and I'm just make beats all 2 hours, if I make 100 beats, they all yours. So I would get probably like 6 clients to do that. So 6 times 4 is what? That's what, 20? I can't add the math right now. 24. So that's 2,500 basically, right? So if I get that 2,500, and then what I would do then is I would line all those artists up on the same day. So instead of just spreading my week out doing all these different stuff, I got one day where I'm just working, but basically I done made the 2,500, and I got the other days to do it again. So I either got time to work on my stuff, or so that's the hustle, man. Like, it ain't even a hustle, but it's like adding value to both sides. You know what I'm saying? But comparing East Coast and West Coast beats, I mean, what do you want me to compare? It's the sound choice. You got like different sonic frequencies that you know the bass is doing in the West Coast versus the East Coast, and it's just the bounce. I feel like West Coast has like a totally different swing. It's more like a downbeat swing versus the East Coast is more like a nod your head up. The bounce is on the upbeat, a little bit more bounce. You know, it's like if I was in the audience or in the arena, and I had to somebody like wave your hands. I feel like West Coast bounce is like the downbeat is boom, boom, pat. So my hands going down, and I feel like on the East Coast it'd be like boom, boom, get your hands up. You know, it'd be like a little bit different. I didn't catch that last comment. You're gonna have to repost it for me. But yeah, that's kind of like my East Coast and West Coast. When I travel though, it's getting hard because I really love going to New York. I feel like that kind of puts me more on the grind, like a all right, it's all on the line feeling. Versus LA, I get it too. I feel like it's all serious work, but I feel like LA is more of a damn, all right, when we get done with this, we know we're finna have a good time and relax. Like you said, them palm trees, there's something about the LA vibe. I don't know if it's less horns, or I mean less when I say horns, more, less traffic. Cause in New York, you know, Times Square is like, man, that's like, there's a lot of motion out there in Times Square. So but yeah, man, good questions, man. Good questions. So yeah, I gotta put this studio together. So yeah, I also for the streaming, let me also show you what I got for y'all. Hold on. Got a lot of little goodies today, man. Today was Christmas early, can't lie to you. I'm gonna tell y'all what I do. Like, I told y'all I had that my computer for like a year without using it because I didn't have all the right gear for it. Well, I didn't take it back because, like I said, I know I was gonna use it. Like, and this gear is all, like nothing in the studio is cheap. I mean, anybody who does music knows that. But what I do is I kind of write a list down. I say, okay, what do I need? What do I want? And I just save my money, guys. Like, honestly, it's no secret to it. A lot of this stuff just takes time and preparation. And sometimes it takes a year. Sometimes I'll work I work a second job at 5 a.m. I was working, I was doing really good in music in the studio, but I was like, I'm already staying up to, this was the time I was like, not really treating my body the best. And I would be staying up for like 24 hours, 48 hours, days on the time, just in the studio. So staying up to 5 a.m. was easy. That's no problem. And by the time you get to 5 a.m., I'm like this person. I was like, well, all you got to do is just go walk outside. The sun going to wake you up. It's morning time. Your body's going to feel like it's morning. Like, just go ahead and stay up a whole nother day, right? Not the healthiest thing to do, but I can't, if it's need to be, you could do it. But anyway, so I was like, I'm already staying up to 5 a.m. Why don't I just go get a part-time job that starts at 5, work a couple hours, work like 5 to 9, and then and take that money and go buy some new studio gear. So literally that's what I did, guys. Like, which turned out to be, I thought it was gonna be easy, but probably like a worse decision doing that, because I thought I was now more tired. You know what I mean? Like, I was like, bro, because I was doing a stocking job. So I got some cables. These are ADAT cables. These are the cables that's gonna hook my 2 Apollos up. But I was working a stocking job, so I would like unload boxes, stuff like this, and I guess just the physical work, which I thought was cool because, like, man, it's a gym workout. I can knock out a couple birds in one stone. But the whole point is, don't be afraid of the grind, man. Like, a lot of people be like, man, to do music, you only got to do music full time. And I'm like, man, to be a businessman, you got to do what you got to do to support your business, right? I mean, you got businesses, even in your country, they're partnering with other companies so that their country can do well. So look at your country as a business. So if you're a businessman, like, if you want to partner and go work, hey, in exchange, I'll give you a couple of my hours and you give me some money. That's a good partnership if you take that money and invest it back into your business. You see what I'm saying? And it doesn't have to be like a long-term partnership, man. Do it for a summer. Hey, man, every summer I did, I went out and sold solar. One of the hardest jobs you could do. So solar, this was recently, guys. This was like 2 years ago, a couple years ago. I went and knocked on people's doors. So if you ever had somebody knock on your door trying to sell you something, like, that's me. And this is in the middle of me doing well in music, where I have like records that were placed. I was working with several Grammy Award winners. It wasn't necessarily I needed the money, like, to survive. But maybe you do. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like if you do need money to pay bills, please don't go invest in thousands of dollars in equipment. But, I wanted to invest so I could offer more value to my clients, and raise my price. I want to charge more than $50 for a beat. So I have to buy better equipment. I have to invest a better microphone. So, but yeah, here recently, like, I went out and knocked on people's doors. I only did it for 3 months. But during those 3 months, I knew how to sell. Actually, I did it for longer. Actually, that one, I did the gutters. I sold gutters. That's what I did. I sold gutters. I did that for 3 months. And then I sold solar. I did that for like a whole year. Actually 2 years, maybe 2 years. Really good at it. It was, ain't gonna lie, a lot of good money in that. But I used that money to buy a $6,000 keyboard. You see what I'm saying? Like, and now I'm able to go to these shows and offer, I feel like, not saying necessarily needed, but I feel more comfortable just offering a better experience in my life. That's why it's like, somebody was like, well, what are you doing? What have you been doing? I was like, man, I've been playing live. I've invested in my time live, invested in Ableton, learning how to use Ableton, stuff like that. So same thing with the demo. So this is also what I got. This is the 8 Mini Pro. So this is gonna be a switcher. So I'm setting up the room with all this stuff so we can have different camera angles. So with this right here, I was using it before. I had different camera angles, but I was using the what is it called? The Stream Deck. I was using the Stream Deck, and because it's software based, trying to run all this stuff right here, it was glitching and it wasn't working. And Sweetwater, they had a thing like, so I ordered from different people. So like I said, I'm not endorsed or sponsored by any of this stuff. This is all my hard-earned money, like coming out of my sweat and my ass and tears money, right? So Sweetwater, they had a special. I was looking at the Polo for 2 years or over a year, right? Because I was waiting to make sure they didn't come out with nothing new, and I was going to LA for the NAM. So I was patient. Be patient with buying gear too. I know that's the hard part, but I saw this special. I was going to wait till the end of next month, but I saw this special where it was $200 off the Apollo, and then they was also giving you a free mic, and the mic was valued at like $1,000. So I was like, I don't think I should wait any longer. So this is the microphone that I got. And honestly, I think I might do a giveaway and give this mic away. But it's a good mic. It's the Spear DLX. But UAD's if I can get it out. Comes in like this little fancy case. Nice protective case, I ain't gonna lie. Let me see here. Here we go. $1,000 microphone. I'll take it, you know. But yeah, I have the different settings on the back. So this microphone is supposed to emulate, I think it was like 22 different microphones. So from like a SM, well, I don't know if y'all too technical with microphones, but in the studio, there's thousands of different microphones. So each microphone is gonna give you like a different tone. You have like the 8000, Sony 8000, the WA8, or the Sony 800, WA8000, kind of similar. They're just going to give you a different tone than like a U87. And this microphone right here is supposed to emulate or give you all of those tones. So it's within the software, you can change different settings. But I haven't decided yet, but I think I'm going to do a giveaway. I think I might give this microphone away. And oh, I didn't even know it, but it came with the XLR cable. That's cool. That's a surprise right there. I'll take it. That's what I'm saying. These cables right here, once you start getting into pro gear, like, I don't know if this is probably like the best top of the line cable. Oh, it has like a stereo. I see why. Because you're gonna have to go in stereo into your mono. It's reading mono. You go out the mic mono, but it goes into your channel stereo, so you can get all the effects. So I guess this is a custom cable that needed to come with this microphone. But what was I saying? And then you have the rack mount right here, which is nice. I mean, honestly, I would be interested. I mean, I would really keep it. But I don't know yet. I gotta think about it. I was planning on giving it away, but I might have to keep it. It's a really nice microphone. Boom. But yeah, cool stuff came in the mail today. So yeah, my goal now is, like I said, I need to hook all of this stuff up in a way. You said an ESA giveaway. Oh my gosh. I'm crazy, but I ain't that crazy. An ESA giveaway. Nah, what I was thinking about doing is a competition and giving away to as a like a prize to an artist. What do y'all think? Like, how would you honestly give it away? Like, I have an idea, but I don't want to share it just yet. All the details, cause I'm technically I'm still working on it. So this one I'm really excited about to see if it's gonna enhance the studio. The Atom Mini Pro. And like I said, all of this now is going into this little bad boy right here. My Mac Pro. See the different inputs on the back, the front, nothing's on the side. So yeah, so this is really about 2 years worth of saving your money. That's the whole point. It's like, sometimes when you look at stuff, be like, oh, that, but it's like, man, you never know. Somebody might have won the lottery. Somebody might have got inheritance, something passed down, but probably more like a lot of people probably work their butt off. I'm just one of the people. I'm just an average person. I'm just like you. Nothing really special. I just disciplined. I'm patient, and I just strategize a lot. You know what I'm saying? I plan stuff out for my life. You know what I'm saying? I spend a lot of time focusing on, okay, how can, what I'm doing, not in a selfish way, but how can I spend within 24 hours some time focusing on what I got to do versus spending time on, what somebody else is doing, right? I think that's the main thing. If you just spend like a little hour, if you just spend an hour more today, 30 minutes today, just doing something. It's like working out. Go to the gym for 30 minutes. You're not going think about how much that pays off over 2 years. It's the same thing. Like, I've been saving for 2 years. I've been getting into like the stock market, stuff like that over the last 10 years as well. And, I was looking at, different portfolios, and I was like, dang, they got a huge portfolio. But then I thought about it, it's like, man, like, they just started way before I did. Imagine if, granted, I don't think growing up we had the opportunity with like Robinhood or Charles and Schwab to get on the phone and really invest. But in today's age, if you had the opportunity to pull out your phone and invest $5, into a company, like, it doesn't seem like a lot, and you'll get a fraction of a share depending on what you're investing in, I guess. But over time, you'll look back and be like, damn, man, I got a nice portfolio. And it doesn't always have to be, oh, I have like all these, a real estate portfolio. And that's really what I'm trying to build. I'm trying to build a portfolio for my life. Portfolio on music. Y'all know I play basketball. I've shared that before, but I have a portfolio on basketball. I ended my portfolio, or it's still going. You do good things, it's still going. Here in the next few months, I'm going to be inducted into the Hall of Fame from my college. So that's like just a residue, if you want to say, but just a residual of putting in a little bit of work every day. I just got on that basketball court for an hour, worked on my free throws today. Tomorrow, I'm going to work on my left hand. Oh, this off season, I had too many turnovers, so I'm going to work on my ball handling. And I got better, so just take some time, maybe this weekend, if you got, work or something going on, just take some time, maybe this evening, and just be like, okay, what do I like to do? Or maybe you already know what you want to do, but just starting from the beginning, it's like, what do I like to do? What am I good at? Okay. Or before you even do that, what have other people told you that you're good at? Somebody has told you before that, and you've heard about multiple people over and over. Man, somebody might have said, "Man, I'm good at cooking. Your food is always good," or maybe, man, you always have something positive to say. Like, what is it that somebody says that you're good at? For me, if I sit at the piano and play, most people are gonna be like, "Man, you're really good at the piano. You're really good at music." So that's what me. And then the second thing is, what's very, very easy for you to do? What do you love to do that's easy that you'll sit there and do it for 10 hours straight? Well, I just told y'all, I I sat in this studio for days at a time because I love it. It's easy for me. I can sit at the piano versus somebody else, they'd be like, "Oh my God, my head is breaking. I got to get out of here." You know what I mean? Like, it's frustrated. They might like it, but they don't love it enough to where, man, they can practice piano scales all day, every day. To me, I enjoy it. I love it. I have a passion. I want to be around other people who enjoy it. Until they get tired of it, then I find somebody else who love it. And it's the same thing with basketball, right? Those were kind of the things that I've had. So think about that for your life. And then from there, sit down. For me, say music, sit down, take some time. It's going to have to take some time, and uh, learn from other people who doing what you're doing, what you want to do, and just sit down and write a plan for your life. For me, I wrote a plan. I was like, okay, I'm good at music. People always the reason I started doing music, I was playing basketball, and a friend was like, "Hey, you're good at music. Why don't you come to Texas and play music here?" So somebody else saw something in me before I was still playing basketball. He was like, "You're good at music." So, um, but yeah, but even with that, somebody see my vision. They didn't have a business plan for me or game plan, right? So I sat down and I was like, "How can I make this work?" And over time, it gets better. But y'all just told you my story. It started with me saying, "Hey, if I can get $50 to pay my cell phone bill, that's one less worry." You know what I mean? All right, now I just got to figure out how to make. At the time, it might have been like $600 to pay for my bills or something. Well, I gotta sell 10 more beats, or up the price. Oh, okay, I can do $100. I need 6 people to pay me $100. Easy, boom, boom, boom. And that's how I started. To where now it just keeps growing. Okay, how can I, get placements? How can I do that? But make it all make sense. I think sometimes we overcomplicate it. You know, because maybe we're looking at other people, and that's what I did too. Like, for me, what I was telling you, I had to get back to having fun. I fell out of love with music because I was frustrated because I wasn't getting the results that I wanted. You know what I'm saying? Either because of, my own skill level at the time. Maybe I needed to work harder. Maybe it was my attitude towards others. Maybe it was just not my time. For whatever the reason, we don't have to get into the details, but the main thing is I had to come to the agreement back to myself and be like, whether I get the results or not, am I having fun? Does this put a smile on my face? Did I give value to other people? Did I do my best? You know what I'm saying? And it was kind of like playing sports. Um, you get to the point to where it's like you want to win every game, but the one thing you don't want to do is be like, man, I didn't give my best. We lost the game because, yeah, I didn't get back on defense. I kind of walked half, and it's like, you want to give your best, and if you give your best, you can look yourself in the mirror and be like, man, the better man won that day, right? And you know what you need to work on. You might not need to work on getting back on defense. You're just lazy. You just didn't do it. You know what I'm saying? We don't know what you need to work on. So that's why I say, like, I just got back to the having fun, having like a joy in what I do, and man, everything else kind of falls into play. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, it takes time. Not expecting everybody to get there right away, but just keep that in mind as you elevate your way up the ladder. And I think that's for any field, any corporate job, from music to entertainment to sports to anything that you're doing. Enjoy what you're doing. And hopefully hopefully it adds value. You know, hopefully you don't enjoy screwing over people. You know, nothing like that. Like, hopefully you enjoy helping people who've been screwed over or something. You know, like the opposite. I was telling, talking about it yesterday. I'm a yang. That's what I am. If you never heard that before, I don't miss running them 16s in practice. Sheesh. I know, right? Hey, but are you tired today? That's the thing. Yeah, it's like, heck no, I don't remember. We had at our school, it was called 14 Days of Hell. So it was like 7 days, 14 days of two-a-days. And the goal was not to really get you in shape. It was like a tryout. So everybody that wanted to be on team's basketball, he let all the walk-ons, and the whole goal was to run everybody off. You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh, okay, y'all think y'all want to be a part of this? Well, I'm gonna make these next 14 days so hard that you're gonna want to quit. So we're gonna really narrow the team down without me having to cut somebody. So you don't have to say, hey, I cut you. No, it'd be like, man, you quit. But yeah, it was really for a lot of the new people who just thought they could walk in and do what we do. Can't just do what we do, man. Tell them, man, once you get cold at what you do, you get a little swag about it too. You know what I mean? Like, man, if you can cook, like I can't cook at all. But if I come in your kitchen talking crap, I think that's why they got these cooking shows. Cause they know, man, people, I guess they got, it's like a sport, man. I'll be like, man, you ain't finna come in my kitchen and out cook me. Like, nah. Especially if you don't do this at all. Like if I play music professionally and you come in and I don't know, like consistently make, I don't know, I just gotta like look at myself or but that mean they probably not a professional, but I'm talking about somebody like for me to come in, y'all should check me if I can come in and can't cook an egg. Like somebody had to cook me an egg, like I can't cook eggs. Like that wasn't me. But yeah, man, let me spend some time. Let me figure out how I want to set this up because I wasn't expecting this package until tomorrow. I'm looking to see. They usually give you some candy. Oh man, I didn't get the candy this time. Hey, when y'all were little, did y'all love popping these? Like this was like, my dad worked at I had a store, so he got packages all the time. And that was like my thing. I used to love making noise, popping stuff. But maybe that's just me. Maybe that's just me. But yeah, my goal is I want to hook it up so maybe I can test it out live tonight. Test out the new camera angle. So I want to have like the overhead, what you see going on my live, probably like a headshot, and then what's the third? If I get the third camera going, like what type of angle do y'all want to see? Do y'all want to see like a full studio view? Like what's a good angle? Do y'all want to see a screen? So I can probably have 4 views. I could probably do screen record. I could probably do the screen record. That'll be the third one. So the fourth one. So I have an overhead view, a headshot. I'll do a screen record so you can look on my computer. And then I have one more camera. So do y'all want like a wide angle like this where you can see the whole studio? Or maybe like I could put it in the corner so you can see my workflow or something. What's cool to y'all? Y'all let me know. Cause that almost determines how I set it up. But I'm pretty sure I'm gonna have to be like, try a couple different rigs. But one thing I am happy about is finally upgrading my computer. I still think I'm gonna keep it though. Because it's not worth that much. South for fire, east for what? Because it's not worth a bunch. One camera to see the virtual view of your keyboard. So not just overhead. Put it on this other side. Like I'm real particular about moving stuff around. Boy, I love that computer. Earth, Wind, and Fire. But I really feel like opening the studio is really gonna help me because I've had, excuse me, I'm still a little stumped up. I've had so many, I've had so much stuff in here just because I didn't have room otherwise, but like cases and it served its purpose for the time. But now I'm just like, I need all that stuff to go. If it ain't serving a purpose right now, I need to get out the room. So I can already feel like my creative space, my bandwidth just opening up, like, sheesh. And too, like when I have like writing sessions, I need everything hooked up. So I have like 4 or 5 people in here and somebody's on the guitar. Well, they're like, okay, let me unplug this so I can plug this in. And it just, the whole creative flow is just not productive at all. So I'm already tired. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna move some of these wires around. So give me a few to move. Somebody asked earlier what I can't live without. These hard drives. So I finally got smart and started labeling my stuff. But yeah, hard drives. A lot of money on freaking hard drives. Gotta have them. So what I'm gonna do is start hooking my computer up. So I had an adapter to hook up the other two screens. Got to get an adapter. That's the only thing with the new Mac stuff. They make it where they keep you in their ecosystem, you know, which is, you know, as a business, it's great, but it's like, dang, man, like you can't get out their ecosystem. They keep switching stuff, like their USB, you need this new USB, or, because, yeah. Man, hooking up a studio is a lot of work. My bad. Y'all still with me? I'm sorry. I want to talk to y'all, but at the same time, it's like, I guess y'all know, it's not really much I can do, but I'm going to show y'all me setting up my Apollo here in a bit. I just need to, actually, we could do that now. Let's set up the Apollo. Here, bring you guys over here. So this was my old, this is it. Like, I had all that space down there for my computer. Now it's like, that's it. But what I'm about to do now is re-rig my rack. Was this angle any cool? Y'all like the other angle where y'all can see? this one better. Which direction is east? I think you're facing east. Let me tell you something about cords. These cords right here, like, I don't know, maybe 3 feet. About half my body at $60. But worth it though. You gotta have them. 120, 180. Sheesh. There she is. It's my warm audio 2-bus. Great little device. All right, guys. I'm gonna hit y'all back in a minute. I'm gonna actually do a new video. Yeah, let me stop this one. I'm gonna start a new video for y'all.